Hello, Rachel Service here, the CEO of Happiness Concierge and the author of There Has to Be More, the essential guide to personal growth. Let's talk patterns, what they are, how they influence our reality, and how, through acts of self-reflection, we can be in the driver's seat of those passions. And as we grow, just know that more are going to turn up. So there's nothing as constant as new patterns evolving. They're there to keep us safe and secure. Understanding them is what makes growth so powerful. So I'm really excited to step you through this process. So what is a passion? Well, a behavioral passion is a way that you and I interact given a circumstance, and it's based on a core belief. So I'll give you an example. Why is it that Rachel kept burning herself out for years and years and years and years? She kept having the same result, right? She kept having the same downer. She kept having the same burnout. It got expensive. It was hard. It was also a really challenging time. You know, what caused this? Well, it was all because it was based around a belief system. A passion is simply something you do or do not do based on a core belief. One of my core beliefs I learned through introspection was being busy equals good. It's really as simple as that. And so as a result, I made sure I worked. As a result, I didn't put appropriate boundaries in place at times, and I would work myself to the bone. And I would reinforce this by thinking to myself, I'm so busy, I'm so stressed, there's so much to do. And as a result, it enabled me to keep an identity. And I was able to reinforce this view by telling myself there's so much to do. So in that example, you can see that there's a belief system. It wasn't actually conscious to me or in the front of my awareness at the time. But because of this belief system, there are things that I did that I didn't do. There are things that I reinforced myself, and there are behaviors that I did, which are called behavioral patterns. And the thing about behavioral patterns, neither is good or bad. There's no we're not assigning positive or negative energy or assumptions towards these patterns. They're actually like a jigsaw puzzle. They're clues to understanding how we work and why we act or don't act the way that we do, right? And all that these patterns do collectively is create and or reinforce or enable a sense of identity. And, we all want certainty in life, and part of the way that we do that in life is by creating entities, identities, containers for us to live in, to thrive in. Now, in the case of Rachel's service, for me, that was being a workaholic. Now, I actually really like work. I love it. I'm really inspired by the quote from, I believe it was musician Prince, who said, there is no time, there is only create your own universe. I was just interested in doing work that I found it intellectually challenging, a sense of mastery, and I could go on, right? But what I didn't have, it didn't come from a core belief that I could be, I don't know, I guess I was doing enough. I needed to be busy to be doing enough. What I've learned to rewire, and it has taken some heavy lifting, and I'm doing this with a trusted ally, in this case my coach, to say, how can I reframe the belief that busy equals good to its value, its quality, its beauty, its creativity? That's what I want to create. So how do I create the conditions to do that without reverting to solely busy work? And hey, like all creativity, these videos don't just fall out of the sky. There's admin and paperwork and spreadsheets, and I won't bore you with the rest. Things that have to happen for this to happen, right? But what I'm learning to reframe is that when I'm clear in my belief system, that is value and beauty and creativity and fun, and I hope energizing for you, I can do that from a place of abundance. There has to be more instead of a place of scarcity. There has to be less. So let's ask some interesting questions. If you are with the There Has to Be More Essential Guide, we are on page 71. And if you are with the Essential Workbook, we are on page, let me take a look, 30, where it has table 1. I've included some examples, right? I've included some examples. So I want to pose these questions to you. What are some of your core beliefs or moments around what you've discovered about your belief system? Remember, we spoke earlier about identifying other people's realities and beliefs. Now we're turning the mirror onto us and asking, what are some of our core beliefs or aha moments around what you've discovered about yourself? So, for example, have a think about what some of your beliefs might be. Just have a think about that. I'm going to read a few examples from clients of mine to bring that to life. I'm reading from the book here. Only people who are X do what I want to do. I don't know enough to do X. I'm so stressed. So think about beliefs that are enabling your life audit categories to be under 6 or under 3, right? Think about some of the beliefs that might be holding you back from doing amazing things, or some of the thoughts that might limit some of your patterns. And the inverse of this, you might like to start with beliefs that set you up for success, right? So a belief can be, I am powerful when I am fulfilled. So as a result, you do make sure you eat enough, exercise enough, ask for help, put out boundaries, put out creative work. As a result, you don't say yes to jobs you don't want, you don't skip lunch, and so forth and so forth. So think about any beliefs that might be holding you back. And conversely, if you would like to approach it from a different place, you might ask, what are some of the beliefs that enable me to shine here? And that can help you just filter down into things you believe. Yeah. If starting with what you believe is not always top of mind, another question I like to ask is, what do you find yourself doing when you feel great and when you don't feel so great? So, for example, for me, when I'm tired, when I'm just tired, right? The first thing I want to do is have a packet of M&Ms. And the M&Ms aren't inherently bad, right? They're just, they're not exactly going to energize me for the day ahead, right? So, of course, I go for the M&Ms because I've got the belief system, I'm so tired, I can't be bothered. Instead of going, I don't know, getting some nice tuna and rice or like a nice salad or something, right? Another example might be, what's a positive belief system, right? That I have that enables me to shine. One of my positive belief systems that I've chosen to reinforce is, when I fill my cup, I can show up in the world, I can grow my business, I can be a great leader, I can support my teammates, I can be present with clients, I can create beauty, I can create and express myself. So to reinforce this belief, I've had to teach myself how to make sure I'm eating enough meals, pull on the pink blazer, put on a lipstick, put on a power heel, power blazer, something that makes me feel me, and you'll have your own versions of what that looks like for you. It might be sneakers, it might be a nice blouse, it might be a boss tuxedo, it might be jeans, whatever, right? It might be flip-flops, sandals, sneakers, whatever. And as a result, you do and do not do certain things. So I actually implore you to do this from a place of positivity, as well as a place of, maybe this belief system's a bit outdated for me. The reason we're doing this is to bring your awareness purely to everything that we do and everything that we have or don't have is actually a reflection of our belief system, and our success can only soar to the heights of our unaddressed fears. That's right, we only take action to the extent of our innermost fears. So when we interrogate our belief system, I'd invite you to look into your belief system. I invite you just to think about, when you are having an interaction with someone, you might ponder, I wonder why they do that. I wonder what their belief system is. But before we can do that, we must first understand ourselves. Have fun with this exercise. Go gently with yourself. And in the workbook, we've included some notes for you to pin down. And of course, I've got some examples here again on page 71 of There Has to Be More, the book, and on page 30 of your There Has to Be More workbook, the Essential Workbook. Have fun with it, and don't be shy. Feel free to email me, hello, HELLO, at happinessconcierge.com. See you soon.